Okay, here we go. This was a very last minute impromptu stream. So if you are watching on YouTube, watching the recording, you may want to zip forward a few minutes till you see some activity. I'm going to wait and see if any of my chatters show up. And then we'll get going. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I just thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to go play a little bit and I'll just turn the camera on. We'll see what happens. So I'm multitasking. Anybody that's on chat, if you would let me know if you can hear and see me okay, that would be awesome. Okay. Put that there. We'll see what we get. I'm good. Oh, what a way to start. Okay, so if we have any normal people in chat, somebody let me know if you can hear and see me. Had to boot the first one that came in. So we're off to a rip roar and start. Must be the Friday night syndrome. Hey, Dot. You're a night owl. Yeah, I just thought I was going to come down and play a little bit. I don't even know really what I'm going to do, but I thought, what the heck? I'll just turn the camera on and see if anybody's around. So it might just be me and you. That's okay with me. Hey, Elaine. I know, right, Elaine? It's a cool site. I might want to do more of that tissue. I love this piece. I started doing that gold foil scripting on with that pen over top of this print. Well, it's not a print. It's a photocopy. Hey, Mama. Hey, Linda. It's a photocopy of a piece of paper that I did a jelly print on. Hey, Lorena. This, if you guys were here the other day, you probably saw me opening a packet of goodies that Robin McClendon sent me. And she had some of her dyed papers in there. And this one was like a blue kind of paper with the coffee stain on there, or tea. I'm not sure which it is. And I took a picture the other day when we were. That's the picture, and it's got drapes next to it. But it was just it came out real coppery looking, but it was more brass. Was the lighting in this place the same place where I took that picture of the countertop the other day that I used in the collage? And I took that because I just thought, oh, that I like that. It reminded me of those gold ink sticks that you can see. It was a massive piece, but there's drapes on either side. So I got a lot of the stripage over here. I'm not so sure I like that, but I thought maybe what I would do is just do some scripting down the side of that and see what happens to that. Hey, Pat. A last minute urge to come down here and do something tonight, so I thought I'd just flip the camera on. I got a real small order from Seth Apter. Just a couple stamps, a couple pieces, a couple packages of washi tape. Look at his business card. Grungy. Like his art. Love it. Hey, Vicky. Hey. And Eileen. Hello. Audrey. Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome. So I'm just going to get these out of their packaging. This is this little kind of tribal. I like tribal. I've always liked tribal things. But now that Robin has obsessed my brain, I see I want more tribal things. Oops. I am working on a second series of my pictographs. So hopefully by the time we do the next sale, I'll be lucky enough to have another set going. That's what that one looks like. It's called Color Wheel, I think, but it looked very ancient to me. I like that one. And these washi tapes, let's see what we got here. These are darker than I thought. The picture, these are from Seth Apter, his site. And I thought they were going to be a lighter taupe. And well, the sticker looks like it on the cover on this. So that looks like it. I think it might just be so transparent that it's looking darker. Snowy Midwest. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. Oh, you did find it, Eileen? Did you buy any of the ones that I'm looking for? And this one just has little markings and stuff on it. Just a little backgroundy looking stuff. If any of you guys are Patreons of Robin's, she put a video out there today. And she used this wide washi tape. It was about this wide. And it had Chinese or Japanese script on it. All over it. Fine stuff. And I thought, oh, I would love to find that. So was not successful, but I will find it. Bought the Woodstock papers. They're those ones that are like heavy, crinklier ones with kind of like a variegated dye, right? Am I thinking right? I have no idea what these are, but I thought I'd get a pack and try it. Puck's blue wings never stop flapping. His mischievous antics are set. Well, I don't even know what the hell that is. Puck the Blue Fairy Sprite. I didn't see that on there. What the hell? They're sticky notes. I have no idea what the hell this is. I just like the colors. But, oh, you know what? Okay. So I thought this was going to be pieces of graph paper like that, but I think that's just the packaging. And I think the sticky notes, yeah. Well, that's not what I thought they were. They're just three little separate sticky notes here. Well, that's unusual. They're Japanese, I guess. No, made in Taiwan. A lot of the script on the back that nobody can ever read. Oh, they bleed. Oh, okay. Have you ever used them? Ah! So that's not at all what I thought that was going to be. But anyway, we'll see. So let me, I think what I might do is play with some of this paper. I was telling you guys what I did with this a couple streams ago, but I didn't demonstrate it. So maybe I'll do that. So when I first, this is that one of the painters masking papers that you can buy at Home Depots or Lowe's or hardwood stores for that painters mask off areas. And it's a roll. It's a huge roll, and it was like $5. And I'm not a big green person. I'm sorry, Eileen, that I said it out loud. But this is the kind of green I love. So I scripted on this with my rose gold watercolor. Got a little miniature pan here. And I scripted on this paper. And then I used it in a collage. One of the first ones I did. Let's see. Second one I did. This one. And you can see where that's smearing a little bit. See the little bits of the smear there? Well, apparently, even though this watercolor on most applications and for sure on watercolor paper, it's permanent. It's got the binder in it. Everything's right. And it works the way it's supposed to. But this paper, for some reason, it went on like a dream, but you can move it, right? It needs a fixative on there, I guess. So I did this one, and I really liked how this one came out. And I thought, daggone it, this one's all going to smear. So I sprayed it with Kmart varnish. So it changed the weight. See that little crinkly? There you go. You can see the shadows of how the paper is a little crinkly, which I love. And it sounds crinkly. And it made it feel a little bit, not slick, but a little smooth. But these are fixed. They're not going anywhere now. But I thought what I would do is I'm going to rip off another piece of this. I'm going to do some rose gold scripting on here and show you what I did with it on the jelly plate. Since it wasn't sticking, I took advantage of that. I exploited it. So I'll do the scripting on this later. I know. I bet that was that a really cool store, Eileen? Was it as cool as you would think it would be? Oh, Eileen, by the way, the first person that joined here, joined the chat tonight, I had to boot him out. Must be that Friday night syndrome. People are acting crazy. So I like to get this really wet and inky almost. I love how the pigments just dance around in there. Ooh, mesmerizing. But I like to get it kind of inky to use for this. Yeah, first one to the game. Oh, like, really? Are you serious? He didn't last long. One comment, and I thought, oh, this is not going well. Okay, let's see what we get here. And this has to really be a wet brush for this because this paper is so absorbent that it, are we live? What the hell? Why is that looking upside down? I know it looks right to left. Oh, okay. It was just the angle. It made it look really screwy to me with it flipped. Hey, Linda. Is everybody else hearing me okay? I know. I think it was you, Linda, that left a comment that you were having trouble with the sound, but that was the only comment that I've heard since I upgraded. Hey, Elon. Oh, hey, Pam. You guys are fine? Okay, cool. Okay, great. So, Linda, that might be something on your end. When you look at the bottom of your window where I'm streaming, click on the gear and see what speed, what do I want to say? If it's on HD or what setting that's on, and maybe click the live button if it's not red. Click that live button so it catches up. You might be a few seconds behind for some kind of a delay. Those are a couple, and refresh. You can do that too. But I think it's probably something on your end, Linda, which I know is really frustrating. But I have to have this really wet for this paper because it just sucks up the moisture. And I got to keep dipping it back in because it takes the water right out of the brush. And I want to get a lot of pigment on here because of what I'm going to do with it. And you saw how much water I put on there. It's just really, really pulling it out of the brush onto this paper. Did I miss a comment from Karen? Oh, you just saw the washi tape sitting there, a couple of them. I kind of do it kind of large on here because it is a big piece. Big piece of paper. It's cool how this dries on here too, because I make this with multiple pigments, the rose gold, and it almost looks like it's certain shadows. You can see more of one pigment than the other, which doesn't show like that on any other paper, it's kind of cool actually. Mama likey. Oops, got a little drop there. Had it loaded a little bit too much. Robin's washi tape. You mean the big roll that she used today, Carolyn? If that's what you're talking about, I love that stuff. I'm on a mission to find it. I'm going to try to use this here and not trying to spread that drop out. I know, that was beautiful, wasn't it? Hey, Braddy. This was kind of a last minute thing to pop on tonight, so I had no idea what I was going to do. I just felt like coming down and playing with something. All right, good enough. Get that out of my brush. Now I am going to let this dry for what I want to do with this. So I'll get set up with that jelly plate. So see if you can see the color shift in there. When it's not a color shifting color, it's rose gold, but see where it looks more rosy? And even the one pigment that's in there is not that rosy. See that? It's really cool. Now when it dries, it's more of a consistent color, but you can see it at certain angles. It's really interesting paper. Really interesting. Let me grab the old jelly plate. All right, still got a little bit of foil in here, a leaf on here. Patty, did you make that color? I did. I did make that. It is yummalicious, I gotta tell you. Put a little bit more on here, just because we can. And why not, I ask. It's on this paper only though, Braddy. It doesn't do that on watercolor paper. I mean, it's rose gold and it looks like pretty much like that on anything. But on this paper, on an angle, you can see it almost makes it look like a color shift, and it's kind of wild. I've never seen it do that on any other paper, and I use it on everything. So if anybody is interested in buying any of that rose gold, I don't make it and sell it myself. I just don't have time to do it. I still work full time and, all that kind of crap. But my friend Zandra, She's not on. I haven't seen her come on tonight. She sells it. She's got an online shop and she sells it. Her shop is paintandpaperstudio.com. So if anybody's interested, you can check it out there. I think she sells half pans of it. Okay, what am I doing? My prayers. So I'm going to look for a paper that I want to pick some of this stuff up with. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Maybe I will grab one of the ones that Robin sent me. That's coffee or tea stain. Oh yeah. Oh wow! Look at that. There's a couple pieces of the graph paper. Oh my God. I'm like half afraid to use it so I don't mess it up. But this is on graph paper. Isn't that cool? I actually bought a pad of graph paper and I want to try to do it. I did ping her on Twitter when I tagged all you guys, Eileen. But you can. Did Xandra make this paint? I made this, but she sells my recipe that I shared with her on her online store. Oh, you did for the color shifts. Oh, they're cool. They're cool. These are Kramer pigments, Kremer. They're German pigments. We buy them from a store in New York. We actually went there, 9 of us, after my art retreat that I do. Every year we went, 9 of us went up to, after the retreat, we went to New York City, went up to New Jersey, took the ferry into the city, and went shopping, went out to a nice dinner, had a blast, stayed overnight at a hotel, got up and went to a class at Kramer Pigments in New York City and learned how to make our own watercolor, which I had already been doing, but I wanted to, see what the right way was. Actually, I was doing it right. Thank you, YouTube. Where the hell are my palettes? Here we go. So I'm trying to find the palette that I made there. So we took a class with all the metallic pigments, and this is, oops. These are the mixture of ones that I came up with there. But it was cool. You have a studio in their basement, and you can go look at this one in the corner. I think Xandra sells a version of that in her store too. I think she calls it Mermaid's Tail. Hey, Willina. But paintandpaperstudio.com is where you can check her out. And but yeah, they're Kramer pigments. They're really, really nice pigments. They work really nice. Hey, Mad Love. Oh God. I'm not familiar with New York. Xandra was our escort for the 9 of us, and we just kind of followed her. She led the way in her Uber or taxi. I couldn't tell you where it is, what part of New York City. It all looks the same to me, but you can Google it easy enough. And they have a website. Just be careful if you order on the website that you're in the New York City website if you're in the US and not on the German.de website. I think so. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I know. But to me, it does. I'm a ferner. I'm waiting for this to dry. All right, I think this is dry enough. There's a couple little dots here that aren't, but I'm only, so what I was going to do is I'm going to exploit the fact that on this paper, my rose gold watercolor is not fixed. This piece, see the different color, if you can see the different color in the paper, just by a little, this one's a little bit darker. This is the one I did, and I sprayed with Kmart varnish. It's got a little more crackle and a little more crunch to the paper now, but these are fixed. These would wipe right off. So I had this stroke of genius when I realized that, and I thought, well, you're going to rub off. Why don't you rub off on my jelly plate? So I did this. Oh, it's not working as good. Maybe I did it over a layer of tape. Wouldn't that suck if I did it wrong? Oh. Translate that Sanskrit. Mine? This? It's just, it's nothing. I don't even know what it is. So see now, that image is on here. Guess what we're gonna do? It's just what comes out of my hand when I'm moving it. It doesn't have any real. It's not a word. It's just what my hand makes when I let it go. Patty, can we still get it from Zandra? Yeah, unless she's out of stock. CC, do you guys know CC Creations? CC. Oh, I was gonna say, good Lord, no. CC used it on I don't know if it was on her Patreon recently or something, and directed her viewers to Zandra's store and wiped her out. So I knew she had to make more. Intuitive scripting. Yep. It's just whatever flows out of my body. So now what I'm going to do is put a color over this. And I don't want to hide this lubberly paper. So I think I'll use something like this lighter champagne gold. Did you check her site, Elaine? Just want a thin layer of this. Watch it not work. Maybe it was a one-time fluke. All right. Let's see what we get. Oh, there you go. So Carolyn just ordered the rose gold and the mermaid tail. There's a mermaid. I think she's got a whale's tail. And I forget what else she got. Eileen, did you hear anything about Paula? Now watch it not come off. Well, it's not there, so it must be on here. There we go. Yeah, see how it transferred onto there? And it's pretty readable as it goes, as it is. But I mean, it didn't blur. It picked up pretty much the exact characters where it picked it up. So you can see it a little bit darker that way. But isn't that cool how you can transfer it on here? That's what I thought. What's going on? I heard she was in the hospital, and I didn't know how accurate it was or what was going on, or I guess it's public if she had it, if people know that. And you can get a couple pulls out of this. It still leaves a little bit on there. You can see how much lighter that is, but it'll still keep pulling off of there. She didn't say, just tweeted she was there. Good Lord. I hope she's okay. And see, it comes out a little bit lighter and lighter, as you would expect with this one here, where it wasn't on my plate before. And you can see how much lighter where it's pulling it off there. Something about her stomach. Okay, so what else do we want to do with this? Let's do a little teeny tiny bit of something on here. Maybe the slate. No, pewter. I thought I had one called slate. Gunmetal. I don't know. That might be too dark. I don't want to cover up that paper. I'm just going to put a teeny tiny little bit. She had stomach problems that had finally got to need hospitalization. Oh my goodness. I wonder if she had like an ulcer or something. I hope it's nothing serious. Just putting the thinnest layer down here. Let's try this one. This is also pretty. I'm just going to go all out and go to the dark side. Ooh, that's pretty. Picked up a little bit more of the gold foil leaf. And you can see some of you can still see the coffee stains through it. But you see a little bit of the shimmer of that paint and the rose gold lettering. I like this one better. This one, it looks more silver. See that? And here it looks more pinky. It's like it's pulling out separate layers of the pigment. It's so strange the way it's acting on the plate and on the different papers. So what else are we going to do on those? I do not know. Oh, you know what? I printed a couple of these, and I just love this print. But I wonder what this would look like with a little bit of a couple layers of something on there. Hey, Kathy. Oop. I love putting this leaf on the plate. Just letting it pull up willy-nilly whenever it wants to. Finally release. Oop, that was a big one. But that's okay. Let's see. Oops. What's this? Oh, that's champagne gold. That's what I just used. It's a different bottle. Oh, hey, Jay. This one? Yeah, this is an image I found online, and I won't do anything with it but use it in my own art. I don't know if it was copyrighted or not, or so I don't sell anything, so I just use it in my journal somewhere along the line. Oh, good, Elaine. Good. Oh, you know what? Let's see. What do I want to use that for, though? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I just looked at these stamps, and it had me an idea, but do I want to do that on this? Will it show because of all that under it? Probably not. Huh. Ha, 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 ha. Let's try this one. This one's called Taupe Metallic. That one's Taupe Metallic. So instead of the stamp, I'm going to just do this on this one. So it's a little more subtle. This is kind of busy. And if any of this pattern breaks into that, it'll just, it'll be subtle. This is just an old piece of needlepoint canvas that I cut in a circle years ago. Many moons ago in my early Gelli printing days. All right, well, let's see what happens. Have you petted that paper for 2 nights? I like to get a good smush on there, Eileen. Have patience. I'll put a little sheen of metallic over there, but I'm not sure I'm loving it. Luckily, I made more prints than that. It's like I'm thinking too much when I print these days. Let's see. Let's do some of this bronze. Let me find my old brush. I'll just use this one. And let's do just a circle of this on the plate. Let's see what that does. That made it still wet. It gets a little curly. I never know what it says. Don't feel bad. I never have a clue what it says. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That added a little something, something. I think it needs a little bits of black on there. I wonder, let's just mix media it right up. Let's put this one here. Oops. This is a Seth After stamp that I just got in the mail. Oops. I think I need to re-ink my pad. No, this is tracing paper. That came off of a tracing paper pad. Just going to tap that lightly, and whatever we get there, we get. So I won't use this as a sheet, it'll just come off of there. Little strips of it for whatever I use it for. Yeah, this came off of a tissue paper pad that I ran through the press. I'm going to see how this one stamps. Let me get a little, what's that called? The little plastic thingies? Eileen, what's the correct name for the little plastic thingy? Let's grab this one. That's the closest one. All right, we'll let that one go before I totally destroy it. Need a little black on top, I think. Put that over there to dry. And now I do want to print on some of the some more of that tissue. Oh, you know what? I'm going to print on onion skin. I got some onion skin, some old stuff on eBay. This is onion skin. Onion. Let's see what else I got in here that I can do a little bit more on. I didn't like how this one came out. This was on tracing paper, but that was a jelly print where I'd scripted with black ink on the plate and picked it up. But I'm not wild about that. You know what? Maybe I'll print something on here. This was a piece of white and metallic gold paper that I just printed on tracing paper. So maybe we'll see if we can embellish these somehow. I don't really have a plan for tonight. I just thought I would do something. So I can pick up more of this, a little bit of this gold circle in this piece. And we got nothing. Well, some tiny little teeny tiny pieces that you'll never see, but that's okay. That's okay. So what would I do on this? I wonder if I put, I know I'm tapping my fingers. That's why I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Let's just put a little teeny tiny bit of the champagne gold on here. And I want a really thin layer. And I'm going to set this aside and let this dry. You know what? I think I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. Set on low. Do not do this at home. But there's really no heat. I mean, this will rip paper off of any, I mean, paint off anything. But when I have it set on low, it's not hot. So just let me dry this a little bit quicker. Because I have zero patience. Zero. I think that's why I do abstract and geometric stuff, because you can kind of slap and get it a little bit more than doing precise stuff. I love and enjoy the people that are able to have a steady hand and do really precise line work and portraits and all that stuff. Woo, I'm not one of them. I couldn't even have the patience to color when coloring books came out several years ago and it was the big thing. I thought, oh yeah, that's something I should do. So I got a few coloring books and some colored pencils. CB, better late than never. I've always said that. And I colored. We went to the Queen's Ink one night. They had like an open studio night where you could go in and just hang out together and do whatever you're going to do. And the hours that I was there, I did one page, and I was ready to throw everything out the window by the time I left. I thought, oh my God, I can't. I just can't. I cannot do it. It took too long, too intricate, too slow. I'm going to do a landscape next stream. Yeah. There's the closest landscape you'll ever see me do. See the mountains and the trees and this pretty sky. Oh, look at the sun in the sky. That's all you're going to get here, girl. Okay, so now I want to Oh, this is going to take a while to dry. Well, I got another jelly plate. I'll pull the second one out. This stone, I got this probably 2 weeks ago, one of those ink stones. And I put a couple drops of Sumi ink on there. It's still wet. And this is loose. This is not airtight. Hey, Kim. Welcome back, my friend. So I want to put a little bit more down there. So it's a little wetter. Just a teeny tiny little bit. That's way more than enough. I was shocked. No, it doesn't smell funny, Pat. Well, I guess if I put my nose right up to it, it might have a slight, almost like a rubber kind of a smell, but it's, I didn't know that until you said that. Now I'll probably, it'll probably give me a headache now. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, I didn't notice the smell. That was just a cheap one I got on Amazon for like 11 bucks. Oh, yours is strong. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's try, I got too much crap on my desk. Let's try a little scripting on here. And I'm going to try to make this not as wet a brush as I need for paper so that it doesn't take till midnight to dry. It's probably going to, I don't know if it's going to resist over there or not. I do not know. We shall see. I'll just put some squiggles down here and see what happens. Patty, do you have tar gel? Yes, I do. If it's any good or not, I don't know. I bought it years ago when I was doing acrylic stuff that I was, had to have it. I think I used it. I don't know. Not much. Not much at all, actually. What did you have in mind for me to do with tar gel that I'm not going to do? Wonder how that would work on a jelly plate. I don't know. Why don't you try it and let me know? Eileen, I think you're trying to set me up. Tar gel. I don't even remember what it does. Is that self-leveling medium stuff? Tar gel. What the hell? I don't know. I don't remember what that do. What do it do? Hey, Larlu. Comes out like string. Oh, yeah. I'm not interested in that in my jelly plate. Thank you, though. Maybe Janet will do it for you. Bless her heart. Oh, my. Susan. All right, good enough. Get most of that off before I put it in the water and turn the water completely black. All right, I'm going to have to let this dry for a bit. And the water's black. Let me set this up here. Maybe I'll hit this with the cool blower. Be gone with no heat. Speeding up the process. It's just a little evening of experiments. Don't really have a plan in mind. Just playing. If anybody has anything they want to suggest, throw it out there, except for Eileen. CB, she wants me to put tar gel on my jelly plate. Like, thank you for the suggestion. I know. Poor Janet's usually her target. See, other than a couple little tiny spots, it's pretty much dry. You gotta watch her. She's a shifty one. This is that paper sitting right here in my face, like bamboo that had all those papers I got from loose ends wrapped up in it. I'm wondering what that would look like on there. Of course, I wanted to put it on there, didn't I? I might use a piece of this in the next pull or two just to see what happens there. Okay. So now to lift this, I need to put another layer of paint on there. But I want to see, I'm going to put the, oh no, I don't want to do that. But I'm going to do it just to see if anything comes off there. I don't want to make a full print. I just want to see if any, yeah, it's pretty much dry. Okay. So now, tapping. She does love it. She's a good sport. So what do I want to put? Do I want to mix a couple color shifts in there? Let's do that. Let's do a little of the aqua splash and a little of the orange splash together to get that greeny kind of a color. Just a little teeny tiny bit of you. It really goes against my instincts to, hey, paper. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. You guys know when I do prints with my stencils, I always put way too much paint on it. I'm trying to do better with that, but you have to for these techniques that Robin shows. Otherwise, they don't work. Hi, Rachel. Welcome. With your name, Paper Rain, I assume you really like paper. I just showed my stream I did the other night. Was that last night? I showed some papers that I got from, oh, look at that. Let me put that on something. That I got at looseends.com. I don't know if you've heard of them. Okay, I'm going to roll this off on a piece of onion skin because I think that's going to look pretty cool. Or possibly not. It'll look cooler on the roller. I thought it picked up some of the script, but it just picked up a little bit of that. But that's a layer. What are you going to do? Okay, so this, what was I going to pull that with this? See, you guys are cozying me up here. Rachel, put your channel up. Put your link for your channel up for us. I'm probably already subscribed, but God forbid I should miss one. That's good. In my head, these always look good. Then you pull it and it was like, yeah, I don't know. That's not what I was expecting, but sometimes they're happy accidents. Sometimes they're just a mess that calls for another layer. Please, quickly, another layer. Well, I don't know. It has its moments in there. Let me try to let me do a little bit of this. Hang on, I'm going to click on that link real quick. Oh no, I can't leave the site. I'll go back and find it. Is my camera crooked? Hang on, I feel crooked. Hold on. Yeah, I am crooked. And you definitely want to check Rachel. I found her through Robin. Oh, for sure. I can't believe it just almost ticks me off that it took me this long to find Robin. Ah. What's the name of your channel? Is it Paper Rain? That's the name of your channel, Rachel? Kim, I know, right? Oh my God. I'm like a stalker. It's not good. Well, it is good, but. Everything she touches like turns to this magic stuff that just really speaks to me. I know. I love her Patreon too. Patti Paper Rain and we talking Holy Grail. Oh, cool. Holy Grail Facebook page. Okay, let me write that down. I'm writing her down. Hang on. So I don't know if you joined her apparently I can no longer multitask at this age. Jesus, like I see a gnat or a squirrel. Can't even think. Robin's Patreon page. That's what I was talking about. I'm going back to the very beginning and working my way through her videos. I'm finally into, I think, January of 2019, but then I flipped to the present day so I can make sure I get the latest stuff that she's doing. Actually, the one she did today, she just used some of the papers that I sent her in her, well, she showed them. She used one of them in her Junkadori that she did today. That needs a whole lot of something else. put you over there. All right. Let's see. Yeah. I'm almost wondering if I should try to print on this, or if I should just do scripting on it and call it a day. This was a piece that Robin sent me in my little goodie bag. It was light blue paper that she coffee or tea stained on. And then I ran it through the printer, and I took this picture for those that were with me last night, I guess it was, that excuse me, that I did the last collage page. With this, that was a copy of a bar top at a venue where we were for a retirement party. And they had these columns up everywhere. Right, and these came out the right color. These came out looking more copper, and there were drapes next to it. Or was that wallpaper? I don't remember. But see the stripes next to it? That's what printed here. But it's not wowing me. I just wanted this to print, to like cut out and use this on something. But I was trying to think, what should I do with some of this other yumminess? Oh, you know what I might do? I'll tell you what I might do. Let me put down, I need something light. Maybe I'll go back to this taupe again. Let me try something here. Oh, wait, where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Can't see for looking. My trusty crackle roller. Just get a little layer of something going there. And then I'm going to crackle it. So I'm going to roll the crackle off on this just to give this a little something else going on. Right? That's all full of crackle, shiny goodness. I'm going to lay that down on there, which you probably won't be able to see because this taupe is a really light color. But it will maybe show up a little bit when I take the time to tilt that. I'm going to take this up to here and try to pick some up down these sides. And then this one up to here and print down the side of that. I just put an extra little sheen and texture in there. Now it really needs something else. I think I will let this dry and script down there, down those sides. Now I got this little center strip here. See on here, can you even see it? Hang on. Can I even see it? It was a real thin layer and it dries really quickly, so I don't even see it on there. But let's pick this up. Oh my gosh. I take pictures of the darndest things. What did I just tell Dave the other day? Like, wait a minute, I got to take a picture of this. Hang on, let me see if I can figure out what it was. Oh, I was watching The Young and the Restless. This was a lampshade in the hotel. I told him to rewind it. I got to rewind this. I got to take that picture. But this I really liked. I don't know if you saw this, but this was part of a doorknob at a hotel down in the ocean where I was this weekend with all that patina on there. Love that one. But I'm always taking pictures of random stuff. Hey, Kathy. Welcome, my dear.
I couldn't find any matches in your photos library.
Jesus.
Here are some images from the web.
Really, Siri? I'm streaming. Hello. Pipe down, lady. Oh, oh, technology. So, all right, I'm going to take a piece of this. This is just a scrap paper that my pretty papers were wrapped in. And I'm just tearing it off. I'm not going to be too particular about it. These giant papers, I'm going to have to cut some of those down. Some of those were the biggest papers I've ever seen that I got that I showed yesterday. Like, holy moly. Okay, now what are we going to put on this? It almost looks metallic, although it's not really. But it's bamboo. So, what shall we put on here? I'm losing my leaf. I got to put another little bit of gold leaf down here. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I could do. I know, in the that doorknob's cool. Email me, Rachel, and I'll send it to you if you'd like it to play with it. Okay, let me think about this. I was thinking maybe. All right, there's not much on here. I mean, there's several layers, but they're really fine and faint. So let's do this. Wait a minute. Hang on. Let me find what I'm looking for before I get the plate all gummed up here. Okay. Oh, good, Kat. Out running the streets on a Friday night, are you? I know how you are. I know how you are. So this is the color shift in Black Splash? Black Flash. It's like a black paint with bronze metallic in it. All right, so I'm going to put my pictograph stencil down. And I'm going to print these. I'm working on a second series of these, so hopefully that'll be out soon. When is the next step? I don't know yet. It's not yet scheduled. I'm guessing we're going to have one before the holiday. I have to talk to Sherry about it. I wanted to try to. Joan's burning up the design. She's got a lot more designs ready to go. She's a machine. I haven't done new designs in quite a while just because work's been so busy, and then, you know, caregiver for my mom and running back and forth and all that stuff. I just didn't have the time. But now that, I don't know, I just have been really inspired lately since I found Robin, and I've been down here more nights than I'm not, if it's only for a half an hour. So I started working on another series of these. I'm hoping to have it ready by then. Joan said you wanted the new ones before Christmas. Said they wanted the new ones for, yeah, that's what I thought. So that paint looks cool up close. Let's see where a wider piece is. See how old that paint looks? The black with the bronzy flash in it. So now, what am I going to do? I think, how would that look? That'd probably be too much because it's opaque. You know what? I don't know. I'm going to do it. I got a ton of that paper. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take the bronze. Right, and just do a really thin layer. So hopefully this will show brighter through the holes where I pulled that black paint up. I'll make washi tape out of this later too. And now let's see if we can pull this print. See what we get. Have you been able to do any kind of art, CB, with your wrist boo-boo? Oh, Rachel. It just hit me. Are you the Rachel that does all the tribal, the different paintings you show on Robin's channel? Uh-oh. I missed the Susanna problem there. Somebody nailed her, I see, so it must not have been good. Am I thinking the right Rachel now? I tell you, between real names, screen names, Facebook names, whew, it's hard for me to remember one, let alone two or three. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Well, glad to see you here. Glad to see whoever's here, but particularly now that I know who you are, and I love your style. Love, love, love it. Okay. Did not work as planned. It's too much like the background, but I'm going to cut this away. I mean, this isn't, that's going to go away. But I do see a little bit of the stripe in there from the bamboo. And the faintest little outlines of the pictographs, but it didn't really, again, in my head, it looked really cool. A lot of things in my head look really cool. In real life, maybe not so much. Okay. Let's carry on. What are we going to carry on with here now? I kind of like the way this one looks. It's got a lot more shimmer on it than it might appear. Let's just this one got kind of translucent, even more so with whatever I did to it. Maybe this too. I'm thinking about putting some bronze circles on here and just pulling them off on different prints. Let's see what happens. Hi, Susanna from Australia. Welcome. Paper Blessings. Hello, that's a new name. Welcome, everybody. I just came on tonight very last minute. Had no plan of what I was going to do. Just figured I'd start doing something, even if it's wrong, which seems to be very easy for me to do most times. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this. This is the golden iridescent bronze fine. Hey, Shauna. CB and Shauna and Kathy. Eileen was here, well, is here, obviously, trying to talk me into doing terrible things like putting tar gel on my jelly plate. Come on. Did you ever try tar gel on your jelly plate? No. I'm not that insane. Of course, now I really want to try it. Oh, thanks, guys. My plate wants to resist this acrylic paint put on like this, or list this color, I should say, because they're all acrylics. All right. Just a little mishmash of stuff here. I'm going to do a really light touch of that so I can get a couple pulls out of what's on there. Wow, that was a really light touch. It's there, but it's light. Where is it? There we go. A little bit there. The circle you can hardly see, but you see real fine, like hair-like brush marks. See it? You can see it over the letters there, over the pictographs. Well, I said I wanted a light layer, didn't I? You know, I wonder if you stamped images on a layer of paint on the Gelli plate, how they would pick up. I'm tapping. That means I'm thinking. Yeah, that's down there. That only picked up a couple little teeny tiny little pieces up there. And that little hair-like bit is still there. But you know what? I think I'm going to put, I don't know. That's like all the same color. What the hell? Let's do, I don't think I used this yet. Gunmetal. I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll stamp my plate, Eileen, and then put a layer of tar gel on it, let it sit overnight. Oh, how about that? Would that suit you? This one's called Gunmetal. I wanted something a little darker on there. It's kind of like a Payne's gray-ish. A little bit. I wonder if that'll pull that up like a cleanup print. Pull that bronze off on this. We shall see. Jen! Hi! Cracked ribs. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. A dog cracked rib. Jeez. Sorry to hear that. Oh, rascal. Hey, Carrie Ann. Really want to zhuzh this one around a little bit and pick it up. This paper's actually feels kind of nice for this. Doesn't feel too much different than the rolls of the painter's masking paper. Well, that still needs a whole lot, but it did clean it up and put it on there. Right? Forget the bamboo bits that are sticking out. It's the first layer. Well, it's about the third layer, but yeah, you know. So let's put down. We got to go with something sheer again. Let's go with the champagne gold. Drunk and fell. Oh, Lordy. I got like lumps and bumps and stuff on my brayer. I'm going to have to clean it one of these days. I used to clean it after every session back in the day. Oh, not anymore. Okay, so let's you know what? I'm going to crackle it. Let me see if any of that will come off on here. I'm going to hit it with the crackle roller. It's like it's invisible ink. Let's see, the tiniest shadow. Wow. Gosh, I can't even see it to show you. I guess it's on there somewhere at some level. So I'm going to hit this again. This is a cool heat gun. I got the heat turned all the way back. It's just air, right? I just need that to dry this a little quicker. You know, now I'm thinking, I wonder. Okay, so then I'll put down the stamps and let those dry. And then I'll have to put another layer of paint over that. So what color will that be? Or maybe the aqua flash. Now what am I going to pull it on? That's the next question. Okay, good enough. All right, I'm going to use this new. Oh, you know what I want to use? Oh, hang on. I got this from Xander's shop. I have not used it yet. Oh, Lordy, where did I put you? Whenever I clean up, we got issues. Uh-oh. Come on. Seriously. Ah. Where the hell did I put it? It's not there. That's inks. Oh, mercy. Where in the hell? It's so cool, too. Here, maybe? This is not possible. God, I hope it didn't fall down behind one of these drawers. Well, kids, shoot. It was a really cool round, Eileen, or CB, you'll know what I'm talking about. The Carabella was about this big around. Gayla! Hello! Thank God you're here. Where is that damn stamp? It is so cool. If I couldn't have lost it. I just got the damn thing. Come on. Where are you? Show yourself. Shoot. Hang on. I'm not looking at chat right now. I'm in quite the dither. It can't be anywhere but there. Oh no. No, it's not. Those are all my watercolor things. Come on. Well, is it under here maybe? There's this huge stack of things that are in. I have a drawer that's pulled out of my stencil cabinet, and there's so much stuff piled on top of that open drawer to give me more surface area. Lord only knows. Oh, man. Well, that hacks me off. Is it up here maybe? Shoot. Well, I'm not happy about that, but we shall carry on for now. So let me have a different, Let me use this brown. This is nice and juicy. Hey, Z. I can't find that stamp I just got from you, that Carabella one. Gosh darn it. It is beautiful, too. I thought I laid that right on top of one of my stamp drawers in my stamp cabinet. Zodiac. Yes, the Zodiac one. Oh, my gosh. Oh well. I'll be tearing the place up when I get done the stream. Nobody needs to see me head deep in a cabinet while you guys are all sitting here looking at nothing. So I'm trying to stamp on my jelly plate. I got a thin layer of paint down there that I crackled, then let it dry. Patty Boom, just as I was typing, hi to her. Oh yeah, the first one in was very suspect. It's somewhere, Gala. Gosh darn it. I love that one. So I'm seeing if I can stamp on this dried layer of paint. Now, of course, with the crackle, I removed some of it. So that might be an issue. Well, that looked like it worked. Of course, now I got a little gold leaf on my stamp. Great. It's got a schmutzy bit down there. I don't know if I did that or if that's just how the stamp's made. Look, I got gold leaf on my stamp. Great. First time I used it. Right, that's when I'll find it, when I'm looking for something else. There's that damn stamp. I was dying to find a use to, whip it out. And, well, here you go. This is one of Seth's stamps. Where's that other little one? Let's use this other paint. Oh, here, I put it on this. Let's plop a couple of these little tribal-y marks in. Artsology. Hello. Now, I know that name. What is your name? I know that name. Do you have a channel that I watch? Oh, hell, I dropped it. Deb. I think do you have a channel, Deb? I know that name. You're going to have to stick with Gala. So I'm going to let this dry again. I'm going to hit it with a cool heat gun. I know I watch your channel, but I can't think of what your name is. I'm telling you, my memory is so shot. Poor Dave. Hurts out. Well, that's probably why it sounds familiar. See how bright I am? Heart terror. That sounds about right. So I just want this ink to dry on the dried layer of paint. And then we're going to do something. We're not sure what that is at this point. Oh, I know what it is. I know what I'm going to pull it on. Hang on. Let's see if I have another image of that. Come on. Where are you? Okay, I'm guessing I don't have another image of that. Another print, rather. Hang on. Photocopy. what I'm trying to say. All right, we're going to make a photocopy of it. Hang on. Now I got this idea in my head. That stamp is going to haunt me. Ugh. I'm going to print this on a piece of onion skin. Hang on. Hold on. Copy. Document. Shining beacon. Oh, Kathy. Oh. Well, at least moron. I'm not. I can say that because she knows I love her. Oh, that's pissing me off. Okay, so now I gotta let this ink dry a little. And when it didn't feed exactly right in the printer, it pulled up a little bit, but that's okay. Let me hit this with this cool air. All right. And now, let's see what's going to happen here. What am I going to put over top? I said aqua flash, didn't I? But now I put that red ink on there. Maybe I'll just do a real thin layer of this. Yes, no, I don't know. What's this? Regal red. Huh. Let's play with that next. Not for this, but. Okay, here we go. Just a thin little schmutz of that. Enough to get it a little wet with paint. Let's see if that'll pick up on here. And pick up those stamps. That's what I wanted to, that's the point of this whole exercise. To see if I can get it to pull a stamped layer in between two real thin layers of paint. I know, right? It sounds like it should be a good color. It's a CB color. Whenever I see that color, it reminds me, maybe because she's so regal. Is that what it is, CB? It must be. All right, we're going for it. Whatever we get, we get. Oh. That's pretty cool. It's got some of the stamp in it, but not a clean print, which I like. And see, that looks like a little red eyeball with a tear. There's one down here. Just sketchy enough to look interesting. And you can see the crackle. Wait a minute, somewhere. Where is it? I got to get this Minicam. I got to pick Jean's brain and see if Minicam is working with YouTube again. Can you see it in the middle of the page there? You can see a little bit of the crackle. I like that one. Here's one that didn't pick that up. Regal red. That's what we're going to do. Now, what are we going to do with Regal red? I don't know. Let's check out the color. Let's check her out. Let's put a little design in here, a little bit. Break it up. And let's pull that sucker on something. Let's just take a piece of onion skin and see what we get. I can see the you-know-what stamp. Hey, I'm going to use that. Oh, wow, that's a pretty color. It's got a, it's not quite a shift, but it almost does. See that? It's got a little brassy tone to the, that's a pretty color. Oh, with this camera being backwards, left is right and right is left, it drives me crazy trying to get these up here to the camera in the spot that I want you to see. Let me put this daylight lamp on again. Maybe that'll help show the little bit more of the shimmer. Anyway, trust me, it's an interesting color. I like it. Peachy pink. It's got a coral tint to it, but some of the metallic is redder. It's, I don't know if it's something else coming up on the plate, but it's got a little bit of a brassiness to it. It's cool though, but it's folk art metallic regal red. No, maybe not. There we go. Just for giggles. Let's see. This one can't get too much worse. Or can it? Let's see. Oh, you know what? I wonder if well, let's just try it. We're just experimenting, right? Amongst friends. It's your bedtime, Dot. Don't turn into a pumpkin. Or is it too late? Good night, dear. Let's do this. Let's put a little thicker. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Oh, I got a booger. Let me put a little bit more of this leaf on the plate. Of course, now I'll put it right in the paint. Of course you did. Let that pick up little bits of that along the way. Put a little bit more paint down. And I'm going to try to print. I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to print pictographs in this red on top of this turd. Hey. I came out too pinky. Eileen, that's for you. Know how you love pink. Again, in my head, it was coming out really cool. In practice, maybe not so much. Let's pick it up on this, shall we? Oh, there's not going to be much left, is there? That's okay. Just clean off the stencil on the back of that. I think it's all dry, pretty much. Pretty much. Now that color looks cool on that paper. Just a little first layer, a little bit on there. No, everybody's saying no, CB, no. What are we knowing? Did I do something you guys were telling me not to do? Not that I listen, but I like to taunt you when I can. Tapping because I'm thinking. Oh, she was knowing the pink. Oh, this was made for you, Eileen. All right, let me see. Let's go back to those first couple I did with putting the, so those that came in late didn't see this, but I took another piece of this. No, that's the one I sprayed. Where the hell did I put the other piece? Here it is. So I put more rose gold watercolor on another piece of this green paper. See, this is darker. This is the one I sprayed with Kmart, and that's fixed. But on this paper, for some reason, even though those watercolors are fixed on watercolor paper or whatever else you use them in, if you just put them on this, they will rub off. So I exploited that little trait, and I put, actually some of these down here are still got a lot of pigment in them. So I'll show you. They just come off on the cleaner part of the plate, the sticky part of the plate, not on a layer of paint. And see, they pull off of here little by little, and magically appear on the plate, which is how I did this on one of Robin's tea stain paper she sent me. I pulled up some on there. Of course, that's just the first layer, but you get me. And then this one I did with a different color. A little bit more of the leaf came up, and it looks more silver on here. But Zandra, let me show you this, because you make this and you'll get it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Can I even show it anymore on this? The rose gold on this paper, at certain angles, you can see it like they're more coppery kind of bits. See that? And almost silvery in some angles. And it doesn't do that on any other surface that I've ever noticed. But when you look at these two together, you can see this one on this background, it looks a little pinkier. Compared to here, it looks more silver. Now, I don't know if it's this blue paint that's tinting it, and this was a champagne color paint. I don't know, but they definitely, yeah, it definitely looks like it's a color shift. And I mean, you know how we make it. Actually, you might see some order. I think Elaine Lane Ingram, I think, placed an order tonight for some rose gold from your site. So let's see. You know what? Let's do a little bit of this. Real red. What's this? This is a different rose gold. This is thanks, Rachel. This is a Deco Art Rose Gold. Let's put a little skosh of that in there. And then let's try to pick up the watercolor. One of these has a more thick consistency. Like, see these little blobs here? Here and there. And over here, see these? Can you see these speckles that are coming out on my plate? They're like little boogers that are coming off of my yeah, you know, whatever this is. Hey, let's do this. Let's try to make a design with this and lift some of the paint, right? That is actually lifting the paint. Right, see? It's taking that off. So now, what are we going to put it on before it dries? Come on. Let me find a piece of paper. Let's just grab another piece of onion skin. Oops. And there it goes on the floor. Let's see what happens. Grab these before I roll over them with my chair. Who makes it? Yes, it's folk art, Gayla. Folk art, metallic. Wow. It did lift out the designs. There's a shadow of the stamp in there. Well, I knew it would, actually. Oh, you know what? Hold the phone. Oh, God. Now, where did I put them? Oh, never reorganized. Oh, look, here they are. Okay. Well, that was easy. If only finding my damn stamp was that easy. God, I hope it didn't fall down behind one of those drawers. Oh, that's going to really hack me off if it did. I'll take the damn things out to try to fix them. So I'm going to see. I thought I had something tribally looking in here. Maybe that. Concentric circles. Little lines. Leaves, numbers. You got your feather. That one. Script. Well, I'm not going to play with all of these yet tonight, but I'll never get these back in here that they fit again. And they're in an old wooden drawer. They were. Okay. Huh. All right. So, let me think. Maybe I'll just use these. Maybe a feather. I'm going to put these away for now. For now. So, what are we going to do with these? Let's put down the black flash. Hey, Sandra. Welcome. That's a new name, I think. It was 2 colors of paste you used. Oh, what? Did I miss something, Eileen? God forbid. 2 colors of paste I used? You mean through the stencil when I did that patina paper? Hey, Carol. These stamps, these are Art Foamies. Artfoamies.com. They actually contacted me twice about designing stamps for them. But it was quite the contractual thing, being in Canada and me here, and for the, I decided not to do it. We'll leave it at that. They've contacted me 2 or 3 times about that, which I'd love to have some pictographs and art foamies, but oh, you're welcome, Carol. I'm going to put a little bit more on here because I'm going to lift some of this up and put it somewhere else. Where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put you? Maybe on one of these because it's darker. Maybe this one and this one. Let's see what happens. So this is the black flash. Color shift. So I'm going to, this is the script one, stamp in here. And that's going to lift off some paint and leave an imprint. Let's see if I can print it on here. If there's enough paint on there to do that. Oh yeah, a little bit. All right, let's try one over here. Put one up there. Oh yeah. Booyah. All right, let's put pick a little more of that up there. Oh, hell. Oh, it looked nice on my shirt too. Don't you love that when your phone does stuff like that? Okay, now let's find something to pick up this little ditty on. Should I start with a new piece of onion skin? Or go back to that? No, I like the way that looks just like that, actually. Grab another piece. You can even see the design through the onion skin. Oh, kind of cool. Little bits of the gold leaf coming up off my plate. Some script, some, I don't know what they are, sundial design or something. And then you see that when this hits right, that's a color shift, that black splash. See the bronze popping up there when the paper bends a certain way? That's pretty cool. I don't hate that. Let's put, let's do some aqua flash. Yeah, the art foamy stamps are cool. I just hardly never use them because I haven't been using my Gelli plate other than to demo stencil sales. And, you know, then I don't want to use these. I want to do what I'm supposed to be doing on the stencil sale. So this color shift ought to pop pretty cool on this. The background of that, the leftover black flash that's still on the plate, it'll put a little bit of dark in some places so that it it'll shift a little differently in some places. It's a real faint feather design came up on there. Now let's pick that up. Let's put that on here. They aren't starting to tear. Oh, look, I made a rhyme. Bunny print. See what this combination does. Oh. Hello, lover. You can't see much of the designs in there, but man, those that layers of those colors is quite the happy accident in person. Let me see if I can get it. It's like a zillion different colors in there. Maybe not a zillion. I might have exaggerated. But every little which way you turn this, you get a different little, see the red coming through and the blue, and it makes a purple, and there's greens and different shades of pinks and corals and rusts over here, where that red ink looks like it finally lifted up on the side. Wow, that one's really cool. Now, how did I do that? That is the question. And I can't see the feathers, but if you hold this just right, you can see the brassy color of the black flash in font up here with that text stamp. See it up there? Real faint, but you can see it. And then that sundial design is showing up in brass. There you go. See that? This one's so cool. Oh, if only I could repeat that. I think I'm going to try it while it's halfway in my head. So I had the Regal Red down. I need more leaf. God forbid I make prints without any leaf on my plate anymore. Oh, Kim Cataldo, while you're here. You gave me these when you were here at the house playing. And they're really vivid. I think I've used most of them. Oh, that's not even the right packet. Oh, shoot. Oh, they fell out of the packet. Here are some of the other bits of this flame red foil. This stuff was gorgeous, and I've used some of it. Do you have any idea where you got that? Because it's spectacular. Here's a little bit more of it. But this stuff is, look at that. It's like a fiery sunset colors. Gildan Glitz. Don't anybody move? I'm writing that down. It's stunning. And I've been hoarding this because this, I think, is the last of it. But you had other colors, too, that I probably smeared it on a sandwich and ate it. It was so good. And it's real. I mean, of course, gold leaf is light. But this is like, you can't even tell it's touching you. It's almost soft. I'm going to put this in a very special place. Oh, let me find another piece of something to put down here. Oh, Lordy. And that's a mouthful. Thank you. Kudos on your memory. Hopefully she's got her website. Let's see. Let's try some of this snake skin looking one. She's going to the room. All these that I got recently, I got them on carrier sheets, so they're easier to handle. This one's mostly gold on this particular page, but it's got some snakeskin print in it. Let's get a few little bits of that down here. Oops. Oh, well. Hey, Linda. Good to see you. Okay, so what was I going to do? I was going to try to repeat that print. What the hell did I do? I had this down, right? Oh, you know what? Somebody else directed me there recently. And all the thumbnails, actually that art glitter glue, Robin just discovered that and had it on her, the latest Patreon video. She used that glue with the little metal tip. But, oh, I know what it was. Lou Jean that sent me those papers that I've been looking for forever. I contacted her and she gave me the name of Loose Ends, and the other one was this Art Quest. And I went there to look for the papers, but all the thumbnails were just that blank image with the little silhouette in it instead of a picture of the paper. And I actually emailed them and they said they're having trouble with their site to check back that they're working on it. But I don't know if it was just the papers in the paper section, but there were you couldn't see any of the products, just the names. CB, your link didn't work. Oh, you missed the M. Just add an M to the end of it when you paste it, Xander. She got the CO instead of com at the end. Carol, you can buy the sheets just about anywhere. The ones that I'm using, I got actually at a place in England that had really funky, cool stuff for foil. And I think it's called goldleafsupply.com, but it was in the UK and it was a little on the pricier side. But they had really cool designs in the foil. It wasn't just sheets of colored foil. It had dots and stripes and the snake skin and spirals and all kind of cool stuff. All right, I'm going to try to get the same colors down on the plate that made that last cool print. And then I'm going to call it a night. So I did this, and let's do some, what are we going to do? Let's do some imprints. You know what? I'm going to pick stuff up on this that had the lifted watercolor off of it. Let me try. You know what? Let me do this one because it's big. The leaves. Let's pick some of this up. know if any of that will come off. Nope, it dries pretty quickly on here. But it does lift the paint off of here. So let's just try to lift it off on here and see what happens. Some of these crazy things is when the coolest prints come up. Oh, that's like kind of, and I don't like that with the green in the background. In my head, it looked pretty good, but in practice, no. But look, see all this watercolor? It's still coming off of that onto the plate. See the picture? I mean the scripting on there? That's like the 4th time I've used that, and it's still pulling off little by little. Hanging with me, baby. Hanging with me. So, okay, well, I'm going to use a piece of this because that's how it pulled on. It looked that cool. Mr. Art. What's it, Mr. Art? You know what? I bought some dry pigments there, I think, Gala, for my tiles, my polymer clay. I think I bought it, Mr. Art. I do believe. What are you finding there? I better write that one down too. Just in case. Okay, and then I'm going to put Black Flash. Jumping Black Flash. It's a blast. Stop singing. Don't sing, Patty. Don't sing. Keep your day job. All right, I'm going to pull this one out that I put away. This little number here. Because it's kind of tribal looking. This is going to have all kind of crap on it. Oh, see that credit on there. Okay. Now, let me try to lift that up on here and see if it comes anywhere near close to the last one that I did. It had all those magnificent layers of color. Copper, gold, silver, variegated leaf by gilding. Oh, look at you. Oh, thanks, Kim. Yeah, I got some dry pigments there. They have that real bright silver one that's called something like Brilliant Aluminum. It looks like chrome, but it's a dry pigment. It's very shiny. I'm really mushing this one because I want it to pick up. Xander, I'm really upset about that stamp. I'm still going through my head like, where could I have possibly put that? I fear that I laid it on top of one of my, I have an Alex cabinet with the big flat wide drawers that's full of all stamp stuff. And it's pretty full. I'm hoping I didn't put it in one of the top one of those drawers and it got caught and pulled off the back of it. And I'll have to get Dave to take the cabinet apart. Oh, this tribal one, Rachel, yeah, I really like that one too. All right, let's see what we got. Oh. Wow, that's kind of interesting. It picked up a lot of that leaf though in hunks. But look how the watercolors came out with that red paint on them, so they look more pink for Eileen. See the scripting shadowed in there? It looks pinkier because of that red regal red. And the the stamp actually looks like the brass. It's not sure. Well, there you go. You see it's shinier there with a little bit of the brass look. In person, that looks kind of gray on the on the on the monitor, but in person it's more of the bronze that you see in the shape of the stamp. That's pretty cool though. That's usable. But I like how that the watercolor came out with the scripting on there. It picked up and mixed with that the red paint. Huh. I don't hate that. So what did I want to do? This one's getting kind of funky. And this is on a really good piece of that coffee stained paper. Yeah, thanks, Shauna. I think I need to do something over this. It's going to bring it all back. And what's that going to be? What is that going to be? Something translucent. It's something that's going to show designs when I lift them up. What other ones do I have in here? Let's see. Concentric circles. I have this little shield looking thing. I wonder if one of the browns would be too much. I don't think at this point anything can be too much. I think I've gone a little too far with that one. This one's chocolate, and this one's rich espresso. Let's go with this one. It's got a goldier. What kind of paper did Robin Coffee? Several different kinds, but this one's graph paper. All right, let's try this. And then I believe I'm going to call it a night. I'll probably go upstairs when everybody's in, the whole family's in bed. Probably abandoned me. Oh, that's not my brayer. Yeah, but this is getting kind of snarled up here. I might need to let this soak in water. Oh, that's pretty. See, I'm putting a little bit more down here than normal, but I want it to lift and leave a little bit of an impression. Just put a little bit of a shadow on there. Let's do that here and here. See what we get. Tell you what type of yeah, it does look like an antique-y kind of gold, doesn't it? That's real faint little shadow on there of that stamp. Let me just overlap some. Oh, hell. My half-numb fingers are give me a run for my money. All right, let's see. Well, let's see. What's the worst that can happen at this point? If all goes totally bad on this other side, I still have this side to default to and glue that side down. Yeah, the foamies are fun. They do that lifting thing really well. Try to do a little bit of a cleanup here. Well, there's no remainder of the coffee staining on here. But there's a lot of depth in there now with all kind of layers. That kind of like brought it together. It looks like it's more of a muted print now. But it got rid of some of that mishmash stuff that was making it look like I was crazy for doing that. But it's there's still some depth in there. You can see a lot of color and layers. Oh, look at that. It almost goes like a gray, silvery color. All right. Groovy. All right, kids. I think I'm going to call her a night. Thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate it. My last minute Friday night, like, you know what? I think I'll go down and stream kind of deal. I don't know. Dave's going on a golf trip this coming week, Sunday to Saturday, I think it is. And so with just me, I don't mind streaming now when he's here because he's up there with the pups and Oakley's not in the crate because that little booger cannot be trusted. Trust me when I tell you that. He can't be left out of the crate with Babe or the house. He'd kill himself, wreck the house, and probably cripple Babe. The first time. Oh, good. Okay, good, Zay. You're streaming tomorrow. I think I got to go to my mom's tomorrow. I'm going to try to get that done because otherwise it's hard for me to get there unless I have to go while Dave's away again with the pups because I don't like Oakley to be in the crate all the time. But anywho, thanks for hanging, guys. I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to do one more thing. I lied. Psych! I'm not going yet. Hang on. I want to. I saw this page laying up here. This was the blue paper that Robin coffee stained on and sent me, and I photocopied this picture of this ornate coppery brass looking thing, and it had drapes next to it. That's what the stripes are. And I don't like these stripes. I tried to jelly print a little crackle over it, but I'm going to whip a little scripting down there real quick so it's done for the next time I come down here, and then it'll dry. All right, we're keeping you company when you work. That's good. That's good. All right, let's see here. I'm going to do these kind of big to take up a lot of room here. And we're brain locked. Did you see that? Good enough. Get some of that out of my brush on the paper. What time are you coming on tomorrow, Z? I don't know what time I'm going to my mom's yet. I think Dave's going to go with me. 4:30. If I can, I'll be here. It might be from in the car. Well, that's a little better than it was. Not that I'm going to use the whole thing like that, but I didn't like those green bits at all. those stripes were kind of, you know how we say, compared to the middle part. I really like the center part. Anywho, now I'm going to go. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging in with me, and I will, I don't know when I'll see you again, but it's probably going to be last minute, so stay tuned. Bye.